Hello, hello, hello out there, everyone. Matt Crane here, and welcome to the Power of Great podcast right here on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher Radio. I want to give a big shout out to my man Movado for our introduction music today. It's called Progress, and I love that track. And I tell you what, guys, I'm really excited about bringing the show to you today. Don't have any guests for the show today. It's just your boy Matt Crane here at I Am Matt Crane across the board on all social media channels. Bringing the show to you solo today, coming off the heels of an amazing 4th of July. Really got to spend some quality time with the family. Got to do the fireworks thing, got to do the grill out thing, got to do the barbecue thing. But, you know, guys, the other thing that I was able to do was I was really able to take some time to have to myself, to be able to spend that time with the family. And, you know, that's our show today. It's really important that we understand and value just how precious that time with our family really is. And I think for so many entrepreneurs, for so many people who use the term hustle and grind and sacrifice so much in all their messages, that, guys, sometimes we fail to realize what we're really doing it for. You know, the power of great is built on the definition that your defining moment hasn't happened, right? That your current situation is not your defining moment. And for me, when I injured my right ankle, completely disintegrated it, as a matter of fact, I have a plate and 9 screws. It ended a budding professional career, an opportunity to possibly play a professional baseball lifestyle. You know, I realized very quickly that it did not need to be what defined me. There were still a lot more amazing things out there that I could accomplish. There were a lot more amazing opportunities that were waiting for me. But was I willing and committed enough to go and achieve those things? Through all that, meeting my wife, Tammy, and we have 2 lovely boys, my son, Dalton, and my youngest son, Riley. You know, guys, every single moment that I get to spend it with them is precious. As my schedule increases and as my time becomes less and less and less, as I begin traveling across the country for speaking engagements, training engagement, coaching engagements, as I began going international in 2017, I've already booked my first international speaking engagement in London, England. You know, my time with my family is very important. As I continue to get noticed, as I continue to push the podcast and push all the other great things that are happening in my life, you know, it's that downtime that's really that I really have to learn to appreciate. You know, I operate with so much with so much intention of staying relevant, on continuing to build on momentum, of feeling as if when I'm not doing something that 3 other people are gaining ground on me. It's that level of, I wouldn't necessarily call it insecurity. For those of you listening out there on iTunes, Podcast Republic, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and watching the video around the world, it's not an insecure feeling that I operate with there. What I am doing is being very aware that there are people who are operating under insecurities that feel as if they would do anything, I mean anything, to get ahead or to gain what they would call success. And to me, ladies and gentlemen, success is never going to be important without that of my family and the impact that I want to create for other people. And, you know, as a business coach, mentor, and trainer, as an entrepreneurial growth trainer, as a speaker, as a trainer for organizations and groups and individuals alike, as a podcast host for the Power of Great podcast that we bring to you every week on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and then as well as through the live stream training opportunities that I also offer. It's very important that that message of, you know, faith, family, and finance is very consistent. You know, when I was single and I was solo, it was easy for me to just run and gun all day long, to not worry about my own physical health, to not worry about my own mental health, right? To challenge my body and my mind in ways that I never thought was possible. And in reality, guys, that's not smart business, right? So I hope many of you took the time during the 4th of July holiday to gain some much needed rest, to gain some much needed mental focus and clarity. as your business model begins to shift, as the power of social media changes the way that you look at your business and how you want to operate, and all these different challenges that are going to come into your life, it's important that you stay grounded on the things that have led you to this point in the first place. You see, when I make decisions, no matter what I think, no matter what I believe, they impact my wife, they impact my children, they impact my parents, they impact my in-laws, they impact my community at large, because in an essence, it takes a village to raise a child. So me being available to my family is very important to me. Me not looking to the marketplace that I'm sacrificing my wife and my 2 children solely for the good of me, right? That would be arrogant. That would be foolhardy, and that would be insincere. And quite frankly, I believe that when that message is put across to the marketplace, it shows a lack of integrity. It also shows a lack of authenticity. And more times than not, I believe that people will begin to poke holes in your overall business model. So, I'm not going to be the one that ever flashes the car pictures and tries to show you the fancy watches. I'm not going to be the person that's going to flash you the $100 bill pictures, because that's not a part of who I really am. That's not why I'm doing the things that I'm doing. It's not why I've created 3 businesses in the past year and have leveraged online and social media for that. What it is, it's the fact that I truly want to build a blueprint of success for my family. And why does that translate in today's podcast? Because over this past 3 days, I did not live stream. I very rarely use social media. I completely turned off the notifications for those things. And I tried to be as transparent with my family as possible. I wanted to be available for them, right? I wanted to cook my wife dinner. I wanted to be able to play with my children without any responsibilities, without anyone having to have any time on my schedule. I cleared my schedule, as a matter of fact. I did at times send emails. I did at times check my calendar, but I made it a mission to not do business over these past 3 days. And I will tell you guys, it was something that I took for granted. It was something that I did not really see the overall value in, as in my mind, I felt that time not spent creating something or doing something was time wasted. When in reality, what I did over these past 3 days was I created new experiences with my family. I created new opportunities for my children to see me in a much more efficient light. I created a level of communication with my wife that I would never put my business ventures or my entrepreneurial spirit above that of our overall family's health and guidance that is required for me as a father and as a husband. And I will tell you guys this, I also realized that I neglected a lot of important relationships with people in my community, with friends and other family members. And, sometimes that harsh reality can only be done when you make the decision to face it head on. And I think that as entrepreneurs, as small business owners, as owners of anything, we fail to sometimes slow down long enough to realize that what we do or don't do really has an impact on people other than just ourselves. So guys, Matt Crane here. You're listening to the Power of Great podcast that comes to you every week on iTunes, Stitcher, as well as SoundCloud. Simply want to get to iTunes, SoundCloud, or Stitcher, search Power of Great, and then subscribe to the podcast, which gives you an opportunity to receive the new download as soon as we upload that particular episode. I would also ask that you guys leave me a review and let us know how you feel about the podcast, the guests, the people that we're interviewing, those that we're bringing to the show, because I will tell you guys, it's the engagement and it's the impact of the listeners, of the viewers, and of the audience that really makes the Power of Great podcast. Really makes it what it is today. And want to give a big shout out to 2 very important people today. Number one, the sponsors of the show, my man RJ Grimshaw and the team at Unify Edge. I tell you what, guys, this team of true professionals, they're obsessed with your success. They are the premier small business and medium-sized business finance equipment organization in the country. They're backed by the largest bank in the state of Michigan, voted one of the top 50 banks in all of the country. And RJ Grimshaw is the CEO and president that's leading the charge. And I will tell you, you will not find a more pleasant group of seasoned professionals that look to solve your problem, not get your business. Check them out online at www.unifyedge.com. Tell them Matt Crane sent you, and make sure the boys and girls at Unify Edge take care of you. And then my man Jeremy Warner and the team at Rush Impact Marketing. I tell you what, they are the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain that is the Power of Great. The show, our marketing materials, our graphics, and all of the design work that's been going into our brand and what we're really looking to do for promotional items and marketing across the board. The team at Rush Impact Marketing and Jeremy Warner are top notch, and I could not thank them enough for what they do. And guys, we're talking today about, really understanding the power of the downtime, right? Over the past 3 days, over the 4th of July holiday, with it being on a Monday, I really decided to wind down on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So let me rephrase that. Instead of 3 days, 4 days, well, I made a decision to turn off all notifications, to not live stream, to not do a lot of social media push, to really spend this quality time with my wife, my 2 boys, and get back to doing some things that was, I was really taking for granted. Through that process, it really taught me a valuable lesson that as entrepreneurs, as business owners, as anyone who's wanting to create an impact or what we say in the business, right? Everyone says this. They want to create a better life for themselves. They want to have freedom, right? Well, I don't want my freedom that I want to create for myself, or the fact that I want to retire my watch, right? That I don't want to have to look at time. I want time to try to look at me. I don't want to do that at the expense of losing the most important things that have ever happened to me. And that's my wife, Tammy, and our 2 boys, Dalton and Riley. When you tell people your wow factor, right? And it includes your family, and you're willing to sacrifice those people for your own greater good, I firmly believe that it shows a lack of integrity. I believe that it shows a lack of sincerity in your messaging. And overall, you should really ask yourself, are you doing what you should be doing and need to be doing? Or are you doing what you really want to be doing? There's a big difference in a need and a want. I know that I need to be an amazing father, that I need to be a Hall of Fame husband. I wanted to be a professional athlete, right? I wanted to own a business. I wanted to create a bigger impact in life. But I need to never lose sight of the reasons why that impact and the creation of that business and becoming an entrepreneur was very important. And that was to give my time back so I could give it to those people who truly matter the most to me, who've been there for me through thick and thin, through all the failures, through all the moments of confusion and lack of clarity, and more importantly, through the moments of greatness that are upon us as we continue to push the Power of Great podcast, as well as the business coaching, training, mentoring, and development company. And guys, we're also now speaking across the country. We just booked our first international speaking engagement in London in 2017, and that's something I'm very, very excited about and very proud of as well. And so I want to say thank you again to each and every one of you that listen to our podcast, that have subscribed to our podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, or Stitcher, downloaded the podcast, left a review. And I'll tell you, the guests that we've had previously on the shows, as well as the guests that we have up and coming for the remainder of 2016, are absolutely amazing. And guys, we're already booking guests for 2017. That's a testament to our work ethic, to the team and the group of people that are behind the Power of Great, that help continue to push me and develop who I truly am in the marketplace. But at the same time, it's a true testament to the viewers and the audience who have helped push us through that threshold. So today's message is very simple. Don't ever take for granted the power of downtime. Understand that you have to push in an unbelievable, abnormal way to truly gain success, to truly start achieving freedom. To be an entrepreneur in today's marketplace is brutal, right? The economy, the marketplace is so competitive, so saturated, and it's moving at lightning speed that you have to have the same type of counterpunch ability, right? But I will tell you, every now and then, if you're not willing to shut down, if you're not willing to unwind and decompress, the marketplace will destroy you. It will eat you up because you are allowing the marketplace to work you instead of you working the marketplace. It kind of goes back to the old saying, it's better to work on your business than to work in your business. But, you know, it takes me as an entrepreneur to work in my business to create what I need to create the infrastructure necessary so that I can step outside of that and truly work on putting the things on my business that really will help it sustain itself, grow, scale, and be very, very, very profitable, not only in terms of monetary gains, but in terms of the impact and the gains through that measure that we will offer as well. Guys, I want to thank you for being a part of the show, for listening to the show, for downloading the show on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud. Once again, my name is Matt Crane at I am Matt Crane across the board on all social media channels. I'm a business mentor, trainer, coach. I'm an entrepreneurial growth and success trainer. I'm now an international booked speaker, right? Delivering keynotes and training across the country. And guys, I'm also your host for the Power of Great podcast, where every single week we bring to you real people, real information, and real stories of those that recognize that their current situation was not their defining moment. Go out today, impact someone in such a way that it returns 10 times that amount of impact to you, your life, your business, and your family. Guys, I'm Matt Crane, and again, thank you for being with me today on the Power of Great podcast. Recognize that your current situation is not your defining moment, and I look forward to watching you, helping you, and achieving great things with each and every one of you. I'll see you guys next week.